Since a new map is going to be coming into the game, I decided to actually make the top 5 most detailed looking maps compared to this new map. Obviously here are some pics, but these are not final obviously, and I'm pretty sure this map is going to be coming in like 3 to 4 weeks or somewhere around there. Well, let's hope at least. So why not make a tier list, or not a tier list, just like a little bit of a ranking video of the top 5 most detailed maps and not best maps, because we already did that. And let's see which one of these maps are the most detailed compared to this one, at least in the slightest, you know.
Number 10.
Alright, so number 5 is kind of a weird one because I chose Salty Sea Harbor out of all of them. Now, I have something about Salty Sea Harbor that just looks a little bit more, I guess, tasteful than all the other ones like Colossal Camp or Construction Site. This map is obviously, you know, set in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the ocean, with the only thing you have is a bunch of containers, 2 buildings, and obviously a helipad that's actually on one of the buildings. And I remember when the first time I played this, when I saw that helipad, I thought the helipad was gonna, like, what's it called, on rescue mode, the helicopter was gonna spawn in, but no, it doesn't, and that's just there for looks, and also because, I mean, it's like a docks in the middle of nowhere. So why not have that, obviously? So, and then obviously there's this little bit of like a section at the back of the giant, whatever the hell it's called, where a boat can spawn in. You can get on board and drive away, obviously, into the sunset. Now, obviously, in the 3 times this map got like updated, they actually changed the weather from obviously being night and darkish to grayish to actually having a sundowning thing, and then they changed it back to dark to the grayness, cloudy feeling, which is pretty nice as well. This map has just a tiny bit more detail than I've seen than all the other maps in the entire game. Especially the fact that, I mean, obviously, I love just the fact of being in the middle of nowhere and everything else like that, obviously, since I said it many times. But this map just feels always so much better than all the other maps, since it's obviously a lot smaller, a lot more, what's it called, having a lot more stuff in it than all the other maps. So I decided to choose Salty Sea Harbor, mainly because it was just had a little bit more of like a, oh, there's a bunch of stuff kind of going on at the same time, and there's a little bit of more detail in kind of a little bit of places. Plus, there is the 2, what's it called, air tanks or whatever they are at the back of the map, places you can actually go inside the containers, that type of stuff. So I decided to put this one at least.
Number 7.
At number 4 is Apocalypse Park. Now, this is going to be a weird one because obviously I did choose Apocalypse Park compared to all the other ones. But there's one kind of little bit thing that I just find in Apocalypse Park. Since obviously it's like a park and it's very small, the only things that they have is number 1, trees, 1 building, a red container at the back of the map with like a little bit like a rocky place to actually chill upon, fences everywhere as like those little bit of like wired fences, I think that's what they're called, or barbed wire fences, but not necessarily that one. But they also have like a bunch of these like park stuff, such as like I think swings, what's it called, those little rides and whatever the kids can get on and just go all the way around or something like that. I can't remember what they're called well, but they also have like a little bit of a giant water fountain or whatever it is in the middle of the park, which actually does look pretty nice. I mean, obviously you can actually go on top of it, and it's pretty cool to get on top of. And then you can kind of go inside the building where there's this like little bit of a front where the medkit station can spawn one of the 2 locations, and you could just like I don't know, hide there, I guess, but most of the time you're gonna get found within 2 seconds. You can go to basically the road, go ahead and try to go inside the tunnel, but obviously you can't. There's another tunnel on the other side of the map. There's just a little bit more detail on this map than all the other maps that I've seen so far. Plus, for a very small map, I do have to say, there's just something about this map of it being small, compact, but especially a little bit more detailed with benches, trees, with kids' toys, with a building, and other stuff like that.
Number 6.
Number 3 is Farm. I keep forgetting what the map is called for this. It's probably like Frenzy Farm or something like that. But either way, this map has basically, when it first came out, I thought, this map looks a little bit strange. Anyway, let's just go and see what's up. And it didn't really look that much pleasing, but still, it was an open map when, obviously, being in the middle of a farm. For some reason, there's no crops, so there's that. There's about 3 buildings, I can say at most. There's obviously the White House, there's the barn, there is, I guess you could call it a shed, And then finally, there's a little bit of a haystack building where all the hay is for the horses and all the other animals. Unfortunately, you don't get to see any of the animals because I guess they're all dead or they're just not existent. But yeah, those are that. And also, there's these two giant container, whatever the hell those buildings are. I keep forgetting what they're called. But when I first saw those ladders, I thought, oh, you can definitely climb that. But obviously, you can't, so that's a smart move. And the fact that some exploiters can go up there and just chill is pretty funny. But most of the time, you always just wonder why you can't go up there. And hey, maybe if you could go up there, I don't know, I allow the infected to just like climb up there faster or something. I don't know. But yeah, this place does have a little tiny bit more detail, especially the fact that everything has mainly been the graphics and more detail has been mainly more updated than all the other maps so far, especially like the colors on like the buildings and stuff like that. They do have 2 ammo stations on this map, so I guess that's pretty nice. The only thing that I would suggest, obviously, to make this map a little bit better is just to add the crops, but there's no crops for some reason. But either way, this map is pretty nicely detailed, and plus it's pretty basic. I mean, it's just a farm. But it's okay in my opinion. I always kind of like getting this map. It just always feels like you're actually in a farm and not like anywhere else that's badly upgraded or anything like that.
Number 4.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure we all seen this coming, but it is the swamp. I keep forgetting what god's name map it's called, so I'm just gonna call it swamp, alright? So basically, this map is possibly one of the biggest in the game, in the entire game. And that's mainly the fact that this map has a shitload of stuff in it. Okay, first of all, we got a survivor makeshifted base in the very beginning of the map, where you've got like these sleeping a little bit of like I forgot what they were called. I'm just gonna call them beds. You've got a little bit of tables, some chairs inside the living room or in the main place in the house. You've got a backyard kinda, and then when you go through the front door, which is obviously a barricade, you actually can just go around this like entire valley of like mountains or whatever the hell they're called, of giant rock walls, and you find yourself in a trailer park. 2 trailers there, nice. You get to loot inside there, find good fuel cans, and then you get to go deeper into the swamp map, where you find a entire kind of like town in there, where you see a bunch of these bushes, you see a bunch of these buildings that are all very nicely detailed, especially the fact that in some of these buildings they've got barricades everywhere, where just trying to make it look like they were trying to protect themselves from the infection or the outbreak, as you could say. But then obviously they were overrun, especially the first building come across with the tree literally hitting it and breaking it, where zombies can come in. Then you've got another building at the very far edge of the map. You've got obviously the fuel generator where you gotta go put fuel cans in. There's just a ton of stuff in there. You've even got an exclusive vehicle in there as well, rescue vehicle in there as well. This map just has a lot more stuff in it than all the other maps I've seen so far. Even though I don't really like this map, you cannot say that this map is nicely detailed and a little bit more better looking than all the other maps so far.
Number 1.
Check this out.
Alright, I'm pretty sure we all know about this, but Death Canyon is actually the, I guess, upgraded version of Lake Town. Yeah, if you did not know that, then your lives are officially scarred. Apparently, they thought Lake Town was beaten by Death Canyon, which I completely disagree, and obviously I want Lake Town back. We should start a riot for this shit. But either way, Death Canyon is by far, I guess, one of the biggest maps, especially in this game. You've got the most amount of stuff in this map than all the other maps. Alright, let's get to it. Number 1, there is a giant hotel building where obviously the fuel generator is in order to get to the the rescue vehicle and basically escape. You've got a giant sign that obviously says hotel in it, and it's pretty nicely colored with like lights on it. You've got this little building next to the hotel that's I guess like the reception area. You've got a giant, or not a giant, a restaurant looking building, I'm pretty sure a hot dog, restaurant building on the side where you can actually go inside, take off the barricades, move the barricades, and especially go on top of the building with all like the, air heaters and whatever they are called up there, so that's pretty cool. You've got a a giant hot dog looking sign as well. It's pretty funny. You've got a giant hospital building where you can actually go inside, find one of the 3 or probably I think it was 4 med kit spawn locations or med station spawn locations. You've got this storage unit. That's what it's called. Storage unit rows at the side of the map where you can actually go on top of each section of them and just try to hold out. You've got another secret hideout literally underneath the hospital. If you were to go behind the hospital, go into this little secret shelter, and I guess there's lore there with zombie, what's it called, bio chambers or whatever. This map is by far the biggest with the most amount of detail I've seen so far, and hopefully it's get beaten by Legtown one day so we can have Legtown back. But yeah, that's all I can really say about this video. I just want to go over the most detailed looking maps, and now I believe that I'm officially done. So what do you guys think is the most detailed map in the game so far? And yeah, I'll see you guys on for 42 years, and have a great game.
You see this darkness has come for me.